Okay, napping at a Knap-in. I've been trying to decide what I'm going to nap. I got some heat treated material from a friend of mine here at the Knap-in, so I'm gonna start with this chunk and see what I can do with it in 30 minutes or so. Weather's been very nice.
We're here with Bruce and myself, Robert Ratliff.
Yep, Robert Ratliff is here.
Guy. This has been a fantastic nap-in at Brady, Texas, 2022. We had a bunch of, but a pretty good turnout.
Yeah.
And now there's
Still got some diehards here on Sunday. But we have
new amateur learning.
I got a salad in the fridge and an ugly wife, so we're hanging out.
Oh, there you go. Not much in the fridge. Yeah, it's a good reason. And we have, I think there's another one in October, so I'll be at the one in October also. So yes, I did drive all the way from Vermont to attend this napping.
Well, all the way from Vermont.
Yeah. Do you know what this is, Bob? This heat treat? I think it's a Texas.
I think Keith said this is, and he calls it mud rock.
Mud rock, okay. It heats up well, but there's some issues with it.
You can find little reeds. There's little reeds and little inclusions in that stuff that goes through it. It's kind of interesting.
Let's see. I got a preform made from it a little bit earlier. I don't know what to make from this yet, but it'll be available in the auction. And if this one works out, I'll make it available in the auction too.
All right, you guys own it now, I guess.
All right.
Okay, buddy.
Thank you for putting on
You own
show.
it. It's yours.
Thanks, Keith.
The waters and sinks over there are yours too, if you want.
All right.
Oh, man.
Nature's alarm clock.
Nature's
Geese.
Yeah, the geese. Yep. There's some geese honking in the background. Probably wind noise on the microphone. Might not be able to hear it.
This one looks like it's got scales in it. It looks like partial fish action.
Really?
Yeah, it affected the way the flake bent. Because I hit it here, and
Yeah.
it got into this scaly area. I have no other explanation. I think I hit a fish. People have found things in shirt, whole frogs. You know,
Recently I found a piece of seashell in a piece I flaked off. You could see it on both halves of it.
Wow.
that I think that Texas has been blasted with tidal waves a bunch of times, which is a little different than Texas being under the ocean. It just makes more sense that occasionally things happen that throws one of those muddy pack full of sea life on top of Texas. And maybe that's happened about 40 times in the last 3 billion years and made layers in the strata that instead of thinking of, I don't know, a continent going down and coming up is, it's a little bit difficult for me to see that, but I can see tidal waves very easily.
Yeah.
Just giant, whatever, 200 mile high tidal wave carrying crabs and sea life that would be very confusing to us later.
Sure.
I was gonna say,
Well, just put it in the bucket and I'll look through the bucket later.
I don't think there's not really any big ones.
Oh, okay.
Just for a little bit.
All right. Free flakes. You get free flakes at Knap-ins. For you guys who don't know, debitage. They call it debitage. And for you guys who don't know, this is a piece of steel, a steel rod. This is a piece of plastic, ultra high molecular weight plastic. If you have a nightstick made of plastic, it's probably this stuff.
I try to keep a very loose definition of the word artifact,
Yeah.
as loose as possible. Say, just go ahead and call it an artifact.
Yeah.
Is it a good artifact or an interesting artifact, or does it have historical value or monetary value, or does it say anything about a person who made it? Those I don't know. Those are more complicated questions, but I don't have any problem calling something an artifact.
Right.
If you pick up a rock and you look at it and you run it under the sink, like if it wasn't before, it is now an artifact.
Yeah, if it's modified in some way.
Yeah. And if you put a stone near a fire, and just the act of putting a stone near a fire makes that rock an artifact. It's a very loose definition. I like working with a looser definition of the word artifact. If we get too rigid with it, and then is it an artifact is like going into an art gallery and saying, is it art?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's art. It's all art. Everything in here is art. But
Yep.
is it good art? Well, that's a different question.
So yeah, this piece of stone has some issues in it. There's internal cracking, I think. But otherwise, it naps well. I hope that crack there isn't very deep. All right, let's see. So I'll attack these cracks or attempt to eliminate the step fractures by attacking them from various areas. Just randomly attacking. I don't have a specific strategy that I use for working with difficult material, except for just it's slower, obviously, but I just look to see, I guess, where the most mass is, and I attack the worst areas first. Usually, unless I'm not paying attention, then I'll attack whatever's bugging me.
Don't save your bullseyes for last.
Yeah. The sharper tip allows me a little bit more precise hits, and it also sometimes produces a longer, more narrow flake with a sharper tip. Why do I want narrow flakes right now? Basically so they'll travel further. It's still pretty wide right now. Sorry about the wind noise.
There we go.
Seems to be like a pretty deep crack right there. We'll see. Well, that broke kind of in a weird spot. It didn't break right where the crack is, and yeah, it looks like it does go through all the way. I think I still have enough mass to make something out of it.
I got the toughest stone on planet Earth. This is it.
Yeah.
Might as well be napping a piece of granite, but maybe after I heat treat it, it'll.
I can get you some granite if you want some. So yeah, wherever I'm at, I'm going to cut this video at 30 minutes. So I have a lot of napping to do before the end of tonight. And doing a video doubles the time it takes for me to nap something. I could be shooting videos all day, but I'd only be able to make half as many items. And hopefully that crack doesn't go all the way to the other side. Why don't you just use a better piece of material? Well, this is good video stuff. This is good video material. Interesting to see how you can overcome the obstacle of dealing with unpredictable stuff. Okay. Some people say just nap around it, or nap, what is it called? When you have a difficult piece, work with it.
I skinned that one. I got the cortex off. You can see what kind of obstacles that one's.
Yeah, that's concrete right there. That's
Yeah.
serious concrete right there. Wow. A lot of very, very tough areas on this one.
Yep. So I got that one and this one. I'm just going to heat treat them. And I think I'm just going to have to just be okay with there being lumps and chunks.
Yeah.
And be proud of that. Why not, instead of curse it, go, yeah, that's right. I actually got a crude looking point out of that.
Right.
I got that rawhide from Al, and he made it himself out of whitetail, and I was thinking, man, some of this stuff that, if it is chunky and crude, could look amazing if you stitched like a rawhide handle on it.
Right.
and finish it, you know.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh, this is that purple stuff.
That sounded like, oops, it's not going to be nice.
Yeah, it had a little what do you call it? Fire crack pot lid line in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I can do at this point, makes balls, treat it.
Yep.
Skin it and treat it. I'm not gonna make anything right off the bat with this stuff. Knowing when to stop. Off the bat.
You mean you're just going to stash the biface somewhere and then come back to it later? Really? That hardly ever happens.
Yep, I gotta treat it nicer.
Yeah.
A little bit of heat. The really difficult thing is when you've already heat treated it
Yeah.
and you get into it and you think, oh, it's heat treated, this will work, and you need it to heat treat it again. That's a harder stopping spot.
Yeah.
So it's more heat, I gotta do this again. Well,
Yep.
I'm not ready.
But you got to take out the good flakes, the ones that did heat treat well. And that's kind of hard too. Sometimes you got to nap each piece a little bit to see which ones are good or not.
I know you got. I know you can do it. Okay.
So I'm going to try to take back as much of this edge as possible to get rid of the cracking. I think this is going to be the tip here.
Just
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. And I got the cortex off. It can
Yep.
get the moisture out.
This would be very nice. Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
But that one's, you know, right near the edge. It was making these nice clean flakes. I know I could probably work with that raw.
Yep.
But
Just under the cortex.
just under the cortex.
Yep. Yeah, now that I'm not talking, the wind has died down. When I try to talk, the wind starts to increase. Funny how that happens.
Texas.
It's Texas. Just when I think I understand the material, it doesn't work. Like I think it's going to work.
You know, I found there's a piece like that that a friend showed me they found in Coleman, Texas,
Yeah.
and they call it a Talon effigy.
Okay.
It's an actual artifact type. I'm surprised more people, you know, don't make it. It's just because there's a lot of stones that look just, you know,
Yeah.
they're bent to one side or something. You try to do something with it, you know.
Alrighty, beautiful. This is heat treat?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. That one's heat treated.
Nice.
A really super thin piece of buckskin.
Yep.
And
Buckskin shirt.
I actually have gotten comfortable leaving Cortex on.
Yeah. It does look good though.
You know, and I left it on the backside.
Yeah.
The Mayans would go to great lengths to just leave just a tiny little piece of Cortex on their sculptures.
Yeah. Yeah, that takes some planning for sure. That's skill right there. Because it always seems like that cortex is right in the least advantageous spot once you get into it.
It could give away what type of rock they were, you know, the name brand. The stuff with the Cortex like this, that's the stuff. Ooh.
Nothing like step on step on step. That's a stack. Nothing like having a stack right in the middle of your point. Okay. How do you clear it off? How do you clear it off? Well, we'll see.
Slowly and carefully.
Slowly, carefully, and without breaking it. That's how. And without messing up the video.
I just found a highlighter blue spot. Blue as it can be. Check that
Wow.
out.
Let's see. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
What makes blue?
Cobalt.
Cobalt. Right.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
So maybe I'll find some more of that blue in the stone.
Yeah. That's the one for. You have a tumbler or something or a lapidary setup?
I could tumble that. Yeah.
I need to get some lapidary tools just so I can experiment with tumbling and
I don't
grinding and do the flake over grind stuff.
like $50 at Harbor Freight, you know, for a little rock tumbler.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing with my debutante.
And I'm going to get one of those microwave kilns
Yeah.
so I can melt some glass and flatten out those glass bottle bottoms.
It does that. Look, there's even more in there. There's more blue.
Oh, damn.
What is that? Cobalt. I'm
Cobalt.
calling it cobalt for now.
That's great,
Isn't
man.
that
You're a lucky person, man. I never get it that blue. I mean, I've had various colors, but nothing like that.
is like highlighter
That's
blue.
that's fantastic.
Right? Yeah.
Damn.
How'd that happen? I thought it was from my marker because I have a blue marker.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, my marker's coming off on this somehow. No, that's
No.
in stone.
Man, you are lucky.
Not for the frog, right? Now I'm gonna find a frog next.
Right. Heritage. Oh yeah, people have come by asking about the fish fry, and it's not here.
We've known nothing about it.
Yeah, it's. This is a big park though. Yeah, they need to put in some GPS coordinates on some of these events.
I didn't have GPS trying to find my way back to the hotel. I was driving around.
Oh yeah, the reception here is not that great.
Yeah.
But when you do get it, you need it. Because it's a big park, and well, the first time I came here, the first year, I went to the other side of that stream over there, and I couldn't find a way to get to here. So I walked across the bridge over here, back and forth until I figured out how to get to this parking area.
Coming in this morning, they ran me into a water treatment plant.
Oh man,
My map application.
that's not good.
I decided that wasn't the right way.
Right, yeah.
Way around it.
No, it's not a water treatment plant, for sure. Oh, that might be a cheap venue to rent, a little parking lot at a water treatment plant.
But I'm not sure the smell would be conductive to being around all day.
Yeah, yeah. And you wouldn't want to invite the public either, which I don't know if that's a bad thing.
If you want lots of public around, that's not good. If you don't want them around,
It's a good thing if you don't want them around, yeah. Why would you not want people around, man? We're just people. They ask the silliest questions, that's why. You ever cut yourself doing that?
You ever cut yourself?
You ever cut yourself?
No, ask me like antlers. People don't know the difference between antlers and wood.
Oh, really?
I've had this many times, and I tell them it comes from the wood of a deer.
Yeah. Wood on top of deer head. Yeah. See, where can I get stone? But I want the good ones. I want red color, especially. Have you napped it all? About no, maybe a day or two. But they already know exactly what they want
no.
for stone, and it's the hardest one to get and the best quality, obviously, right? They know it already, so they've been doing research. They're just holding out on you. They come over and they ask you, I don't know nothing, so can you please help me?
Yeah. Help.
How did you know that? The first question to ask is the hardest stone to get. But I never asked them that, but it starts to click. Yeah, okay, guy. Alrighty.
You
mean
gotta nap all the ashtrays first.
Yeah. Nap all the
bottle bottoms and ashtrays.
all the bottle bottoms first. All the floor tile that got thrown out the last project you had in your house. And once you get through the floor tile and the bottle bottoms, then you can start asking about red chert and red jasper.
You know, I was able to sell the Perrier bottles, the bottle bottoms of a Perrier bottle, was nice and thick,
Yeah.
for $20
Mm.
out of a piece of glass, and I didn't have any, and there was, people buying them.
Yeah.
If you can sell a bottle bottom for $20,
Yeah. Well, you can sell bottle bottles for $20.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can.
It's an artifact,
Yeah.
It's all in the sales pitch. Like, look, this
So you got the fancy stuff. They won't take it from me. All right. Well, I
when
think
they complain about the other, the more expensive. Why are you charging that for it? I'm like, well, because I'm spoiled.
yeah. Yeah. You've got the fancy stuff. You got the pendants and all that too.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm gonna quit right there. The time is at 30 minutes, and I've got all the major defects out. except for maybe that one. A nice little biface I'll make into a bird point, what they call a bird point. So there you go. That's it.